Fahrenheit 451 is a dystopian novel written by Ray Bradbury and first published in 1953. The story imagines a future America where books are outlawed, and the government controls information by keeping people entertained, distracted, and afraid of independent thought. Firefighters no longer put out fires, instead, they burn books. The title refers to the temperature at which paper is said to ignite, 451 degrees Fahrenheit. We follow Guy Montag, a fireman who begins as a loyal servant of this system. At the start, Montag takes pleasure in his job, watching flames consume the forbidden knowledge inside books. His world is loud, fast-moving, and shallow. People surround themselves with giant wall screens, interactive TV shows, and constant noise, anything to avoid thinking. Montag's life starts to change when he encounters his new teenage neighbor, Clarice McClellan. She is curious, thoughtful, and loves nature, everything society rejects. She asks Montag simple, but dangerous questions. Are you happy? And, do you ever read the books you burn? Her free spirit awakens doubt in Montag. Soon after, Clarice mysteriously disappears, and Montag realizes how much she affected him. Montag's home life shows the emptiness of this world. His wife Mildred spends every day interacting with her TV family, and taking pills to escape reality. She barely talks to Montag and denies her depression. One night, after Mildred overdoses, cold technicians revive her without emotion, treating it like routine. Montag feels isolated in his own home. His transformation continues when he witnesses a woman who refuses to abandon her hidden library. Instead of leaving her home, she sets herself on fire along with her books. This shocking act forces Montag to question why someone would die for words on a page. Driven by growing curiosity, he secretly steals a book and hides it at home. Montag eventually reveals his secret stash of books to Mildred, hoping she'll support him. But she fears the police more than ignorance and demands he burn them. Montag feels torn between his duty and a new desire for truth. Looking for guidance, Montag visits Professor Faber, a former English teacher living in fear. Faber explains that it's not books themselves that matter, but the ideas they contain, the freedom to think, to question, to understand the world fully. With Faber's help, Montag plans to resist the oppressive system by preserving knowledge. However, Captain Beatty, Montag's fire chief, suspects his rebellion. Beatty is intelligent and well-read, yet he believes books lead only to conflict and unhappiness. He tries to confuse and intimidate Montag with literary quotes, arguing that censorship keeps society calm. Everything collapses when the fire brigade receives a call to Montag's own house. Mildred has betrayed him. Forced by Beatty, Montag burns his home with his own hands. When Beatty threatens to arrest him and harm Faber, Montag turns the flamethrower on Beatty and kills him. Now a criminal, he flees the city with a mechanical robotic hound in pursuit. Montag escapes to the countryside, where he discovers a group of scholars in hiding, people who have each memorized a classic book to protect its contents from destruction. They believe a future generation will need this knowledge to rebuild civilization. Then, as Montag looks back, enemy jets appear in the sky. The city is suddenly obliterated by bombs, wiping out the shallow society overnight. Montag mourns those lost, even Mildred, but also sees hope. With the scholars, he begins walking toward the ruins, carrying the memory of books inside him. The novel ends with a message of rebirth. Like the mythical phoenix, humanity repeatedly burns itself down through ignorance and violence, yet has the chance to rise again if it remembers its mistakes. Montag is determined that this time, knowledge will survive. Fahrenheit 451 inches warns us about a future where entertainment replaces thinking, screens replace human connection, and fear destroys freedom. Bradbury wrote this during an age of televised distraction and political censorship, and today, its message feels more urgent than ever. The book insists that ideas matter, curiosity matters, and the courage to think for yourself may be the most important act of all.